Hello and welcome. This is from the CBN, where we bring you weekly reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria. I am Oluyemisi Dada. The Central Bank of Nigeria has released the guidelines for the implementation of Tertiary Institutions Entrepreneurship Scheme (TIES) pursuant to the CBN Act 2007 and as part of its policy measures to address rising youth unemployment and underemployment in partnership with the Nigerian polytechnics and universities to harness the potentials of graduate entrepreneurs in Nigeria. We have more on the guidelines in today's package, as well as the design paper for eNaira, a document that provides critical details of the central bank digital currency. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I must confess that given the population growth rate and given the large number of our graduating students, we need to begin to see how SMEs can be incubated. Because it is from SMEs, either you call them small and medium enterprises, that develop and they grow into large corporates. And that is how they become great companies of the future. We would like to see, and indeed, closing from this lecture today, we'll be writing to all the universities to begin to conduct some kind of entrepreneurship development competition program amongst their students. If you truly say you are a graduate of agriculture, are you graduating with a certificate of agriculture to begin to look for a job in a company, or you are graduating with your certificate in agriculture to go into some agricultural business that will earn you revenue and profit with which you can develop your life and your country? Those are the kind of things we need today. And we would like to encourage universities, and I'm sure our team from our development finance at the central bank will soon write to the universities and develop a framework under which this can be done, because this is one aspect where we can begin to stimulate the entrepreneurial skill in our youths.
That was how it started when the CBN governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, hinted at the possibility of a graduate entrepreneurship scheme during the convocation lecture for the 51st convocation ceremonies of the University of Lagos earlier in the year. Now this is how it's going. After wide consultations with critical stakeholders such as polytechnics and universities in the country, the Central Bank of Nigeria has come up with the guidelines for the operational modalities of the Tertiary Institutions Entrepreneurship Scheme (TIES). The scheme is designed to create a paradigm shift among undergraduates and graduates from the pursuit of white-collar jobs to a culture of entrepreneurship development. It aims to provide an innovative financing model that will create jobs and support economic growth. The broad objective of the scheme is to ensure that graduates and undergraduates of Nigerian polytechnics and universities with innovative entrepreneurial and technological ideas have access to finance. It is to also provide an enabling environment for co-creation, mentorship, and to boost the contribution of non-oil sector to the nation's GDP. Activities to be covered under the scheme include innovative startups and existing businesses owned by Nigerian graduates in agribusiness, information technology, creative industry, science and technology, and any other activity as may be determined by the CBN from time to time. Priority will be given to innovative activities with high potentials for job creation, export, and transformational impact. In case you're wondering, there is no provision for trading activities under this scheme, and the takeoff capital will be sourced from the existing Agribusiness Small and Medium Enterprise Investment Scheme (AGSMIS). Recently, we asked a chief economist and partner at the PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC Nigeria, Mr. Andrew Nevin, on what factors should be considered to make the scheme a success.
Well, I think that the central bank Central Bank of Nigeria has had a long history of making interventions in the most critical sectors. So people may not remember, but I mean, it was about 10 years ago, the central bank started to talk about agriculture and had the intervention programs. And of course, we all understand the criticality of agriculture and the supply chains, supply chains. They've done the similar thing with cultural industries. They've done a similar thing with the SMEs. So it's not a big surprise that they're now identifying this other huge issue, which is the transition from education to employment or entrepreneurship. And oftentimes the post-secondary institutions are not preparing young people for this transition. So, we think it's a fantastic program. There are other programs around in Nigeria that are emerging as people recognize investing in young people is the most important strategy for the country. I mean, what I think is very good about this program too is it makes people think more widely about what they could do. I mean, people have this image of, as you say, a white-collar job or often a public sector job. But the truth is, I mean, what we have a need for is in many cases vocational skills and technical skills. I mean, in the housing industry, for example, auto mechanics, catering. And the truth is, I think a lot of young people can do better financially in doing these technical skills. So I think this program by the CBN is a very welcome addition to it. And I'm very heartened to see across the country this recognition over the past 2 or 3 years of the need to invest more in our youth if we're going to have a successful future. So I really applaud the CBN in taking on this initiative.
The Tertiary Institutions Entrepreneurship Scheme ties will be implemented in 3 different ways. There is the term loan component, equity investment component, and the developmental component. Under the developmental component, grants will be disbursed to participating Nigerian polytechnics and universities in a national biennial competition. 5 institutions with the best entrepreneurial pitches or ideas will be awarded the grants, with the first place institution going away with a sum of 150 million naira. To know more about the scheme, visit the CBN website at www.cbn.gov.ng and download the guidelines for the implementation of Tertiary Institutions Entrepreneurship Scheme ties.
Nigeria is a rich nation of green land, rich resources, countless crops and commodities sufficient to feed and provide a means of livelihood for her teeming population. Chin up, Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Exciting times are here. We can be self-reliant and grow our economy if we work together to explore our potential. It takes a whole nation. Let us get involved. Buy Nigerian to grow Nigeria.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is from the CBN, where we bring you up to speed on the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Central Bank of Nigeria began its central bank digital currency journey in the year 2017 with extensive study, consultations, identification of use cases, and the testing of the CBDC concept in a sandbox environment. Based on this preliminary work, the CBN is now ready to launch Nigeria's CBDC, the eNaira, which is the digital equivalent of the cash naira. The eNaira, like the cash naira, is the official tender of Nigeria and is a liability of the CBN. The eNaira and the cash naira will always be exchanged on a 1-to-1 ratio. The CBN has issued the eNaira design document, which gives much more detail on the critical dimensions of the eNaira, including architecture, functionality, roles of different economic actors, risks of the eNaira, and how to mitigate, as well as the implementation roadmap. Here are the features and benefits of the central bank digital currency, the eNaira.
or west, male or female, old school or millennial, rural or urban, the Naira is the same, and so is the eNaira. The eNaira is a legal tender issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria. So, let's embrace it. The eNaira will foster financial inclusion, improve access to credit, facilitate cross-border remittances, and it's easier to transfer. eNaira, same Naira, more possibilities. This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
My name is Akonde Samuel Oluwaseun. I am from Oyo State. I am into agric business, greenhouse agriculture to be precise. My business is located in Ikirun, Osun State. I benefited from the CBN ASMIS loan, which was introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria. I received a sum of 1.5 million naira, and I was told by my neighbor. I went to the bank to verify the authenticity of the loan, and it was true. So I went for the training, I went for the interview, and I was granted the loan. I received this loan in the year 2020, and I was really happy when I got this loan. I used this money to expand my business. Initially, I had one greenhouse, and I used it to build another greenhouse. This has increased my income, my inflow, and I have been able to employ more staffs. Before I had 2 staffs, now I had 2 additional staff added to the ones on ground. Now I would like to thank the Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele for this gesture, and I also like to encourage other youth out there to key into facilities or other programs the CBN brings up, or the federal government brings up. This will help improve the economy of the state and the country as a whole. Thank you very much.
Orúkọ mi ni Mr. Sikiru Iyọlá Akínọlá tó ń gbé tó jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí ìlú Òṣogbo. Mo ń ṣe block ní area Akọ́bọ̀pẹ́ ní East Bypass along Ilisha Road. Mo ń ṣe block, mo dẹ̀ ń ṣe ring, mo dẹ̀ ń já yanrìn, mo dẹ̀ tún supply block fún àwọn tó bá fẹ́ kọ́lé. Business mi àdúgbò tí mo ti ṣe iṣẹ́ yẹn ọjọ́ Akọ́bọ̀pẹ́ area Òṣogbo. Mo gbọ́ nípa lóhùn kan ní CBN. Mo dẹ̀ sọ fún ọmọ mi kó bá mi ṣe. Mo dẹ̀ wádìí ẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ ọmọ mi dẹ̀ bá mi ṣe online láì mẹ́ni kankan rí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe fún mi. Ọmọ mi dẹ̀ ṣe, wọ́n dẹ̀ nígbà tí mo lọ síbẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ approve ẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fún mi lówó yẹn, owó tí mo fún mi gbà yẹn, wọ́n fún mi 500,000. Láì mọ̀ yẹn kankan ni wọ́n ṣe fún mi. Mo kàn lọ nígbà tí mo gbọ́ lórí láì mo dẹ̀ ṣe. So mo gbọ́ owó yẹn ní inú ọdún ìyá 2020. Ìgbà yẹn tá a gbọ́ owó yẹn gan kò sí kankan mọ́. Iṣẹ́ ti lọ ọlẹ̀ torí àríbí jáde àríbí lọ bí kankan. Iṣẹ́ gan ò lọ mọ́, àdúgbò tá a gbà gan lọ́wọ́ kọ́sọ́mà àti náà tán. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí a gba owó yẹn, ó tún mú iṣẹ́ yẹn tó ń gbé gbogbo àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tá a ti lé lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ bóyá mọ́ ti wà bí iṣẹ́ nígbà tá a rówó san fún wọn. A tún rówó yẹn san fún wa, a tún gbòòṣẹ́ mi gan láti fún un. Nínú ẹ̀ a tún tọkọ̀ sí ọkọ̀ táwọn fi kó blọọkì táàrí tó ṣe tó ti kú rẹpẹtẹ tẹ́lẹ̀, a tún rí tó ń ṣe. Alhamdulillah, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà CBN torí wọn àmọ̀ wá rí wọn kàn sórí yẹn fún wa. Mo tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba Buhari tí wọ́n fi kíní yẹn ṣàǹfààní fún gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá béèrè fún wọn àwa rí lórí láyìn àdẹ̀ béèrè fún ọlọ́run dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe láì mọ̀ wá rí nígbà tá àmọ́ nípa ọmọ mi ṣe ọmọ mi dẹ̀ ṣe àdẹ̀ owó ẹ̀gbà ó dẹ̀ kópa rere gan nínú ayé mi nítorí pé mi ò lè gbàgbé mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn gan so gbogbo iṣẹ́ tá a tí ò lọ tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀ iṣẹ́ àyè lọ mo sì tún fi àsìkò yìí advice àwọn èèyàn tó bá jẹ́ furniture ni tó bá tàn tí ń produce tó lè ṣiṣẹ́ tó lè make nǹkan kan tó lè sọ kankan di nǹkan kan mo advice ní kẹ́ ẹ lọ síbẹ̀ kó náà káwọn náà béèrè àǹfààní ní CBN kọ́mọ̀ ìbílẹ̀ mọ́ ti jàgídàgà káàkiri gbogbo ẹ̀ tó bá ti fẹ́ gbé tó bá ti ní iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ kó lọ rí kó wá sí kó lọ sí CBN wọ́n á help ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àǹfààní yìí ó pọ̀ lọ tó bá béèrè fún kì í ṣe pé wọ́n mọ̀yàn rí tí wọ́n bá mọ̀yàn tí wọ́n bá ti rí pé oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ lọ́yẹ̀ tó ń ṣe nǹkan tó bí furniture ní ẹni shoemaker ní ẹni tó rò ó fi ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá ti ń lọ síbẹ̀ wọ́n á fún ẹ so mo àbá gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe jàgídàgà káwọn náà lọ sí ibẹ̀ kan lọ ṣe kán béèrè àǹfààní yẹn Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́ so mo dúpẹ́ gan gidi.
Oh, I see. Just hold on. In that case, let me call out my PIN. It is 41.
Uncle, please stop.
Stop what?
You're giving someone else your personal identification number PIN?
Not someone else. It's from my bank.
Please hang up, Uncle. That's a fraudster.
That's not true. But they call out my full name. I am sure this is from my bank.
Uncle, no bank is ever going to call you to ask for your personal identification number PIN, your mobile banking password, or your card verification code, CVC.
But it sounded so genuine.
Yes. Hackers and fraudsters always sound genuine. But please, Uncle, don't fall for their bait. Don't respond to any phony emails, text message, SMS, and don't click on any link you're not sure of.
Even if they call your date of birth or your BVN, don't give them your security details.
If you suspect any issue with your account, please go to your bank.
Oh, I see.
This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria.
You're still watching from the CBN. The Central Bank of Nigeria has supported the Lagos Metro Rail project with a sum of 60 billion naira to facilitate the ease of business and movement of people in the state. The Director, CBN Development Finance Department, Mr. Philip Yusuvila, disclosed this during an inspection of the Blue Rail line at Marina last Thursday.
So this is one of the projects, like I said earlier on, we're supporting under our 1 trillion DCR intervention. There's so many other states that we are supporting with this funding, working with the various banks in the country. The Central Bank of Nigeria is here to monitor and evaluate progress on the Blue Line project being embarked on by Lagos State government. The Central Bank of Nigeria, through some banks, has provided funding under its DCR project, DCR intervention, to ensure that Lagos State has the right funding for this project. Most importantly is the jobs that I see. I see people working, Nigerians, young people, either welding, fabricating. There are over 500 jobs on site here. For me, that's a very good takeaway. And there's so many other stations they're working on that we have made available for this line is 60 billion. We've disbursed for the 5 billion. There's another tranche of 15 billion due. So we can see the progress I see matches the disbursements that have been made so far. This is just one of many projects under the DCR. If you recall, as part of our response to the COVID-19 pandemic, we released a 1 trillion intervention under the DCR. So quite a lot, not only infrastructure, but you see mostly in agric, in mining, the couple of cement factories who have all accessed the intervention. So we do visit, we do embark on monitoring and evaluation just to ensure that the funds are used for the purposes they're meant and they contribute to output and ultimately economic development.
The Managing Director, Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Lamata, Mrs. Abimbola Akinjo, explained how the Lagos Metro Rail project will operate.
So this site that we're at is the Marina station for the Blue Line. The Blue Line is a rail line that goes from Okokomaiko to Marina. And as we know, all over the world you construct rail lines in phases. So we're constructing the first phase or the first operational phase of the Blue Line, which is actually from Mile 2 to Marina. We have 5 stations that are going to be built within this phase. It will be Mile 2, Alaba, Igomu, National Theatre and Marina. So the 4 stations I mentioned earlier have been literally completed. They're about 98% done. This is Marina Station, which is the final station, and like the director from CBN said, this is an interchange station. Marina will actually become very important in the transportation hub of Lagos State, because we will have the Blue Line, which will terminate here. We will have the Red Line, which will also terminate here. We will have the Green Line that will come from Lekki and terminate in this Marina, and the monorail will also have a station here. So Marina is a major transportation hub, a major transportation interchange. Happens after. And the state is envisioning that we will work with the concessionaire. So right now, as part of the funding that we have from central bank and the banks, we have 3 rolling stocks, i.e. 3 sets of 4 coach trains, so that when we start, we can start with that. But we're also inviting private sector to come and work with us and be the concessionaire on this, so that they will take over the running of it. And that will mean that we will have more train sets, more coaches will come once the private sector come. But what we have made sure of with the funding from the bank and within Lagos State is to be certain that we have rolling stock, so we will not build infrastructure and not be able to operate. So from the minute we finish this work and we have done the testing and operating, we will be able to move passengers with at least the 3 sets of trains that we have. And each of those trains will move nothing less than 1,000 people, 1,000 passengers, and we can run a train during peak hour, a train every 3 minutes. That is what the signaling system that we have put in place allows us to do. So when you think about what we can do, even with just the 3 sets of rolling stock, we will be able to make a dent in transporting our people from, at least from Mile 2 to Marina.
How many kilometers is the entire project?
The entire project, the whole of it from Okukumaiko to here, is 27 kilometers. But what we're doing right now is circa 13 and a half, so it's just half of it.
And that's another way the CBN, through its interventions, is boosting the economic prosperity of Lagos State and making life better for the inhabitants. That's our package from the CBN this week. You can report unresolved banking issues to the CBN Consumer Protection Department through the email address cpd@cbn.gov.ng with relevant documents. You can also call the CBN Contact Center using the phone line +234 700 2255 226. Remember, local rates may apply. Keep sending your comments and contributions to the email address from the cbn@gmail.com, and find us and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for updates and uploaded episodes of the program. We invite you to join us again next time. I'm William Isidada. Stay safe and bye for now.